Hi, everybody. It's Tori from Avalon Enchanted. So I am bringing you this week's Ascended Illuminations reading. A couple things going on that I just wanted to touch upon. One, I am going to be in studio tomorrow from about noontime until about 5. I do have an event tomorrow evening. But if people are interested in any appointments for Sunday, message me, let me know. I'm happy to get those, get you scheduled. So, it's been a very long week. For those of you who know me and what I do and so on, you'll know that with I've had a lot of traveling lately this week. So the poor dog has been required to get up early and go to doggy daycare for 3 days this week. Um, she's pooped, so am I. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah, so good stuff going on. What else? Just trying to think. It's kind of like one of those things where no news is good news kind of deal. Um, yeah, just trying to get back on. Ooh, I'm not sure what that's about. Just trying to get back on track. I know I have a Spirit Circle booked next Saturday. Rain dates next Sunday. And we also are going to be starting our Awakening series, our Awaken series, starting the 28th of August is a 3-part class. For people who are just in the process of kind of just starting to make sense of everything with spiritual world and how to navigate it and how to protect yourself and stuff like that. So that's happening. September is busy. Cindy is doing Violet Flame healing on the 19th, so on Monday night. And she's also going to be teaching a chakra class on September 9th. So that's going to be good. What else? We're going to be doing a special pyramid table tipping in September. And also another pyramid spirit circle in September. So spirit table tipping. No, let me try that again. Yes, spirit table tipping is September 13th, while pyramid spirit circle is the 14th. And we just launched the September date for the Ancient Egyptian Zoom. So I'm really excited about that. For those of you who have been attending, I just want to say thank you. Mohammed and I both thank you. For those of you that are intrigued by it, it is a Zoom class that Egyptologist Mohammed Ramadan and I do on Zoom. He zooms in, I guess you could say, from Luxor, Egypt. I'm here in the United States in Rhode Island. And together, what we do is we share different points of Egyptian mysticism, Egyptian magic that ties in with ancient Egypt, the ancient Egyptian culture, the temples, and so on. So September 23rd is going to be a very, very special class. We are actually, it's a Tuesday night at 5:30 online on Zoom. We're going to be welcoming a very special guest who is actually one of the chief inspectors of Karnak Temple. So we're going to be having him through video show us some of the different sites and areas that maybe are a lot less traveled, and also talk about some of the different scientific things that are going on with Karnak Temple. So that's going to be something that's really good. It's on Eventbrite, so you can go right online on Eventbrite, look under Avalon Enchanted, and you can purchase your tickets. Tickets for this particular event are $44. So it's going to be more so for people that might, who definitely have an interest in Egyptian magic, but also have an interest in just ancient Egypt and ancient Egyptian culture in particular. So it's a little bit different than from some of the things that we've done in the past. But there's some great things coming up. So stay tuned. Anyhow, I am going to bring in the Facebook feed. So bear with me for a moment. As you can see, my eyelids are all sorts of a mess because of some skin issues going on. So it's been one of those things where I've been just trying to get myself back on track and stay hydrated and everything else. So, but let me bring in the Facebook feed on the Avalon Enchanted page. Give me a sec while I do one quick thing. I just need to go to Facebook here, and I need to. Right. I need to do one other Facebook. So it's kind of trying to do all your own tech is oh so much fun. But let's go ahead and get things started. Down here. Hey everybody, it's Tori from Avalon Enchanted. Just going to give it a little bit of time for people to show up, so this way we can get everything started. Hope everyone is having a fabulous evening. Give me one sec. What's that out? As I was just saying, trying to do all the tech is something that's oh so much fun. So let me just share this and copy the link, and then go to here, and awesome, we're good. So we're actually broadcasting from Avalon Enchanted, but it's also showing up on my personal page, and this video is also going to be sent up to YouTube. So that way we always like to try and put our video content up on YouTube as well. And by doing that, we usually also add in special things, that maybe special readings, maybe special talks that maybe we haven't necessarily done on Facebook. The idea of it is to provide a little bit more content when we do the YouTube stuff, and also get people to realize that there's a lot of great content out there on the YouTube page. Is under my name, Tori McNally. So tonight's reading is the ABC reading, and it is, the way I do it is a little bit different than maybe some ways other people do it. But basically, I do 3 readings. And I like to work with not only tarot, but I also will work with oracle cards. And so I have some Ascended Masters cards. So we're going to see who steps forward. We're going to select 3 cards. And then ultimately, of the 3 cards that we select, the first card being A, second card being B, third card being C, I do a reading for each. A reading for A, a reading for B, and a reading for C. So based upon who you choose or which letter you choose, that is your reading for this week. So this is an energy forecast reading for the week of, well, the 16th of August through the 22nd of August. So let's see who comes up that wants to connect with us. Okay, so we have Hilarion, health and healing. Okay, he's A. I'm going to cut the deck. And I have Parvati, who's positive change. And then finally, the bottom of the deck, C, Serapis Bey. Go now. So we have 3 Ascended Masters who have stepped forward for us this evening. Hilarion with a message of health and healing for A. Parvati, positive change, B. And Serapis Bey, go now, C. Again, we do a reading for each, okay? So I'm going to start out with the reading for Hilarion. And before I get too far into that, let me just pull. Here's the book, in case people are wondering who Hilarion is. You'd think that they would have them alphabetical, but no. Make things a little bit brighter so I can see what I'm looking at. So let's see. Hey, Pamela, how are you? So they actually do it according to what the messages are. So health and healing. Let's see. All right, page 44. So I'm just starting, Pamela. So we have Hilarion, and his message is health and healing. Parvati, her message is positive change. And then Serapis Bey, his message is go now. So Hilarion, Parvati, Serapis Bey. So for Hilarion, it's a sign of healing. Your divine healing power has awakened and you feel compelled to help others to heal. Just as you've been healed, so too do you want to heal others to enjoy health and vitality. You're supported in making life changes so that you can continue to heal yourself and others, let go of any fears or restrictions or restrictive thinking to fully open the miracles of healing. He is also focused on people who are in healing arts. If there's an illness or something that maybe you've been struggling with or an injury, it could tie in with that. But it's definitely studying healing modalities. So let's see what the cards say for Hilarion. And I'm actually using the Sufi Tarot this evening. Sufi Tarot. All right. So, hope everybody is having a great evening. I know I've been having a good day. I just finished a 3-day stint having to go into downtown Providence for 3 straight days. So I'm glad to be back home and not driving all over the place. And I know the dog is also very thankful as well. Interesting. All right, let's see what we got. So I have the book handy just to be on the safe side, because sometimes when we start looking at different decks, sometimes they'll say instead of like the Page of Swords or the Knight of Swords, they'll do something, you know, in keeping with the theme of the deck. So let's see. We have, in this case, it's the Sultan, covering by the 6 of Swords, and ahead of us is the Ace of Swords. I'm not going to lie, if you've chosen A and Hilarion, we have a lot of swords. But we do have some other good things that are coming in. It's one of those things, though, there you're going to have to kind of make sure that you are lightening your load for things that you need to bring in, especially if you're focusing with healing and so on. So the Malacca of Coins, I think this is actually going to be the Queen of Coins. All right, the Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Staffs. Okay. We do have a Tower card. So I almost feel like this is the time to break free from whatever may have been maybe keeping you in confines. There's a lot of new opportunities to branch out, intellectual opportunities to branch out and to bring them in. Okay. Remember, Hilarion is about health and healing. And if you've been thinking about exploring the healing arts, whether starting taking it or even starting to do it. My hair's a total disaster today. Just a side note. Anyhow, this is a great time. You may find that there is I have the Eight of Swords, which for me is usually when there's somebody that is either trying to sabotage you or you're sabotaging yourself. So what I'm going to say is that you may talk yourself out of the possibility of exploring the healing arts. And that is something that you definitely want to make sure you really be careful of. Why do I mean that? Because we can talk ourselves out of a lot of different things. Okay. If you feel like you don't have the time for it, make time for it. If you feel like this is not for you, there's lots of different types of healing arts, so it's not just a cookie cutter thing that you just kind of focus on and just do, kind of what I'm saying. We also have the Four of Swords, which is a card about respite, a card about slowing things down and taking the journey. And we also have the Two of Coins, which is all about balance. Okay. So this is a journey that is going to include the mind. It's also going to include the heart as well as the body. And this is a journey of healing. Sometimes when we heal, we start to heal other people, so it's kind of I'm going to say almost like a twofer. But I want it to focus on this as this is something that's helping individuals open up to be able to help other people and also still feel the benefits and the effects of the healing process. So this is something that's good. And it's interesting because we have the Daughter of Coins, which is basically like how do I describe this? This is like the Page of Coins. Okay. So she's basically kind of watering a flower garden. So to me, this is putting the work in. Don't allow yourself to self-sabotage yourself. If you have people in your life who are maybe not supportive of this journey or not supportive of this type of work, then that's going to be something that you're going to have to be careful of, because if you let them get into your head, then they can talk you out of something. All right. We also have the Six of Cups, which is making sure that you're not taking on too much all at one time. Again, with the Four of Swords, which is a respite card about really making sure that we're slowing things down. Generally, when people are starting to learn healing arts, they're going through a healing type of process for themselves. And they're also working through attunements that take time to adjust. Okay. So with that being said, this is something that is not going to be, okay, done, let's go. Let's put out a plaque and get started. This is going to be something that's a journey along your own path of healing, and it's going to be something that is needed to be honored and needed to be sacred and needing to stay in balance. Okay. Again, I'm going to mention the Tower card. To me, this is letting go of maybe some of the old thoughts or old constraints, because it's falling for me in the family house. Okay. If I pull another card, I got the Nine of Coins, which is a great card. That's somebody who's happy. There's a lot that's coming to fruition. So my point is, you may find that you go through this in order to get to the happiness. Okay. So that's something just to kind of keep in the back of your mind. What I'm going to say with this, especially with a healing journey, is taking it slow, taking it to the point where you are doing your work, you're integrating, then you're doing more work, and then you're integrating it, rather than just trying to kind of just, okay, basically power through it, because you aren't going to necessarily get all the nuances of it that is needed to be a really good healer. Okay, so that's something to really focus on. The healer is all about also healing themselves, so that's something to take into consideration. All right, but if you've been called to this journey, now is the time. And now is a time where a lot of people are really discovering that they need a lot of healing. They need a lot more to help them with anxiety, to help them with depression, to help them with um, just a lot that's going on. You know, this is a crazy world. This is a crazy time, and there's a lot of crazy energy. So if this is going to be something that helps you, you know it's also going to be something that helps other people. So healing and health are really going to be important, especially this week. And being open to receiving healing for yourself, and being open to the idea of a healing path. Okay, that's going to be something that's going to allow you to feel much more comfortable in your own skin, and feeling balanced and grounded. Okay, so that is the reading for A. Our next one, like I said, B, is Parvati, who's all about positive change. So who is Parvati? Let's take a look. Now I know I have to look up the actual words, so it's all positive change that I need to find. And I need to put on glasses so I can see what I'm reading. All right, 62. Glasses are filthy. All right, so Parvati. Your likes and dislikes have changed, and you've outgrown situations that once appealed to you. These are positive developments signaling your spiritual growth, and some of these situations are blessings in disguise. As they are pushing you to make necessary and positive changes, you may feel pushed beyond your comfort zone as multiple areas of your life shift and flux. Yet the universe also stands ready to support you with whatever you ask for, and let go and enjoy this ride, because it's truly for the best. So it's about letting go of procrastination, letting go of perfectionism, breaking your major goals into baby steps, and taking one step at a time. Since Parvati is the goddess of mountains, this could also be a message to retreat, to move to the mountains, revamp your schedule so that you devote more regular time to your priorities, and be assertive in saying no to anything that diverts you from your inner path. So positive changes are ahead. Sometimes we just have to kind of take it one step at a time. So Parvati, she's the Hindu goddess of the mountains, marriage, and households. And she's legend says that Shiva, the Hindu god, was grief-stricken following the death of his first love, Sati, who he retreated to the mountain. He retreated to a mountain cave. When Parvati was born in the mountains, Shiva fell in love with her devotion to helping the planet, and they became united in love and had the son Ganesh. So call upon Parvati for solace and solutions to any seeming problems, especially if you are meditating in the mountains. So let's see what comes forward. So I wanted to announce while I'm shuffling that we have actually selected a new date for our next Egyptian Zoom class. So the next date for the Egyptian Zoom class, if you've been kind of following along with that series is going to be Tuesday, September 3rd at 5:30 p.m. And it's going to be a focus on the mysteries of Karnak Temple. And we have a very special guest that we are very excited about, Mohammed Ramadan, who is an Egyptologist based in Luxor, Egypt, will be bringing a special guest for us to connect with us regarding the different aspects of Karnak Temple. He is actually one of the chief inspectors there at the temple and a dear friend of Muhammad's. So we are very excited to be welcoming him, and our sign up is on Eventbrite, so go ahead and take care of that. If you by any chance have a credit, and I know one person in particular, Pamela, connect with me before you purchase your ticket if you decide to purchase your ticket for this, because I know there's a credit that you have, and I want to talk to you about that separately. Okay. All right, so let's see what Parvati has to say about positive change. Ace of Coins. Okay, there's the Sun card. Seven of Staffs. Two of Staffs. Ten of Cups. Two of Swords. Seven of Coins. The Fool. There's Temperance. Six of Staffs. Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. Mohammed is actually doing some of the video stuff tomorrow. And his friend, like I said, he's actually a former classmate of Muhammad's. So he's actually in charge of Karnak Temple and will be bringing in some of the new things that have been maybe not necessarily on the beaten path of the normal tours. There's also a new temple within the complex that has been open for a short period of time, but it's been fully restored. So they're going to be bringing us that as well. So we're really excited. And there's some other things, other irons that we have in the fire with Karnak and his friend. Hi, Susan. And we also have some other ideas that are coming out of this collaboration. So we're really excited. So, okay, so let's take a look at positive change, Parvati B. So to me, the thing that really pops out is whether or not you are worried about making the right decision on some new things that have either recently come up or are about to come up. Things are going well. You're a little bit fearful of whether or not, if they're going well, why rock the boat, so to speak. But I feel like there are some things that may come up that might test you as a way of providing you the opportunity to move further along in your journey. Okay, so we have above us, we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Two of Swords, which to me is, what direction do I go in? We have the Seven of Coins, which is all about maybe looking at things in different directions. If I were to really focus on the Seven of Coins, and this one's a little bit different. Give me a sec. Swords, coins. Yeah, okay. So it's all about reflection. It's all about reevaluating plans, outcomes. So this guy's kind of looking ahead and trying to figure out directions. It's like, you know what direction you need to go in, you know you need to trust yourself, but you find yourself unsure on whether or not to take a leap. Okay. And literally, this is a journey. This is a new journey that's kicking off. There is the need for patience. There is the need for balance again. But we have the Six of Wands, which is all about celebration. And, people are going to be supporting you and celebrating your journey. There may be some people that you might find that may not necessarily be within that same group or circle, that have been there for you. So just be aware of that. It's the Five of Coins that's popping up with this. I'm kind of viewing it as you are in the process of working through things and advancing and growing. There may be some people who may not necessarily be at a place where they are capable of growing with you, or it could be that what they feel in terms of what you're doing matches what they want to do and work with, is the best way to describe it. So with that being said, you may find that your circle kind of shifts. All right. So just be aware. Now this one, I gotta find out what this guy is. It's called the Shakari Falk. And this is a whirling dervish. Literally, it's a whirling dervish in Sufi. They do that. Oh, okay. So it's the Wheel of Fortune. Again, to me, all right, so this is all about cycles. So you're going to find that this is going to be something that, yeah, people are going to cycle in and out, but this is really what you need to be focusing on new steps, focusing on new cycles, being supportive of yourself, being kind and gentle with yourself, but also pushing yourself, you know. Um, you have a lot of support within your spiritual team. So keep that in the back of your mind. You may find that there are a few little things, blips on the pathway, I guess you could say, that might kind of cause you to kind of take a second guess on things. But what I'm going to say is really trust your gut. Trust that you are in the right direction, that you are moving through life in such a way that you should be. You've chosen wisely, and that's going to be really super important. Okay, so that is B, positive change. You are your positive change. You are the one that determines, where you go, how you go, and so on. And like I said, it's one of those things where you can't second guess yourself. You can't um you can't self-sabotage. I know that sounds like a really big thing to kind of that I keep on bringing up, but we are in the middle of an energy cycle where so many people are, for whatever reason, wanting to make a change. They start making the change and then they pull themselves back. And that only stunts your own growth. And it also doesn't allow you to really develop your best potential. The shoulda, woulda, couldas would always be haunting, ultimately. Okay. So we're going to take a look at C, which is Serapis Bey, and his message is go now. So whenever my nose is itchy, spirit's around. So this is Serapis Bey. And Serapis Bey, interestingly enough, ties in with Egypt. So Serapis Bey is thought to be Amenhotep III, believe it or not. So let's see what the message is. Okay, so Amenhotep, let me try that again. Serapis Bey is an Egyptian god of ascension and is a bridge between heaven and earth. He is the ultimate life coach who motivates people to take good care of themselves physically and spiritually and emotionally. And you can call upon him when you need additional energy and motivation to take on action. So his message is all about it's time for you to go either away from a toxic situation or towards something desirable. This card signals that it's the right time to make your move, and the conditions are ripe and perfect, and the universe is poised to support your move. So this is about leaving toxic relationships, moving into a new location, starting new projects without delay, and doing it without any excuses, doing it and just taking the leap of faith. Okay, so he is about that. So let's see. On my first trip to Egypt, we actually visited a temple that was for Amenhotep III. Hey, I'm broadcasting. All right, so let's see what we got. Moon, the Emperor, King of Cups, Ace of Wands. Okay. All right. So there's a couple things I just need to kind of, like I said, translate. With a themed deck, sometimes it makes it a little bit complicated. So I know that the Shah cards are actually king cards, all right? And I know that the Malika cards are actually the queen cards. So we have a couple cards I just want to touch base on. All right. All right. So in this case, the Son of Staffs is kind of like the Knight of Staffs, Knight of Wands. He can kind of charge in and kind of bumble around a little bit. He's fearless, energetic, risk-taking, sometimes maybe a little too much, but sometimes we need that spirit in order to kind of leap and take that leap of faith that we need to do. Well, even though we know we need to do it, but again, we fear those changes. We do have the Justice card. Again, it's balance. Again, it's bringing things home and bringing things into fairness and justness. Okay. We also have, this is Lady Justice. We also have, let me just look up this other one. Yeah, so we got Judgment. And then we got Justice. So there may be something that pops up illegally for you this week. You know, this may be something that is about maybe illegal paperwork. I would be careful this week with things. That way you're not necessarily getting tickets. It could very well be that you're signing legal documents for something like a house or a car, or maybe even it's a lease or something like that for like a new business space. Okay, again, balance, but also legal stuff. Ace of Coins, great card. That is like the one of the best cards that we can get. Things are a go, things are great. Daughter of Coins, we're basically taking that energy, we're nurturing it and we're feeding it and bringing it to fruition. That covers the Ace of Coins. So I do feel like there may very well be some things that you're maybe a little cagey on or jumping on, and you're afraid of jumping in too fast on some things. Trust your gut. Know that you do want to make sure you're trusting your gut. You want to make sure that you're not letting things pass you by. And again, dealing with those shoulda, woulda, couldas. But in the same token, you also want to make sure that you're not rushing into something recklessly, is the best way to describe it. So he has this go now. He has this now is the time. So I do feel like now is a time for a big move, a bold move. Okay. Just listen carefully. With personal house, we have the Two of Swords. Again, what direction do I go in? If I pull another card, we have the Six of Cups. Hey, Jane. We have the Six of Cups, which is sometimes when we have just way too much going on. So sometimes you might need to kind of simplify some things, you know. You might find in order to make a really strong decision, you might have to kind of simplify some things and just focus on some smaller pieces of things. Again, focusing on things one step at a time kind of comes to this mind as well, but definitely allowing yourself the opportunity. You know, 8 of Coins, starting from the bottom and working your way up. The Queen of Cups, again, she's very emotional, but you know, she's very supportive and she's there to help and there to be your sounding board. Ace of Swords, you got this. You can do this. You can handle this. Intellectually speaking, just again, make sure that you're not rushing into something that hasn't necessarily been thought out. But in the same token, don't let something pass you by. Okay, so that is kind of the message from Serapis Bey. So there's a lot of stuff that's here in terms of really taking chances, giving yourself the opportunity to bring in change, to take advantage of these moments or these opportunities, not talking yourself out of them, but also making sure that you're doing them in a sound and fit manner, because there's some great things that are coming in. We just need to make sure that how we develop the process of it is kind of like where you need to kind of put your mind at this week. Okay. So that's something that you're going to want to kind of keep in the back of your mind. So that is the reading for ABC. Again, A is Hilarion, who's all about healing. B is Parvati, who's all about positive change. And C, Serapis Bey, go now. Couple things that I wanted to quickly mention. Again, we have the new Egyptian Zoom up. The date of it is for September 3rd, which is a Tuesday evening at 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. And Mohammed is going to be bringing a very special guest to share with us different areas of the temple that are off the beaten path and some new areas that have recently undergone restoration that are now open, and there's some really beautiful things that are going to be talked about. So this is going to be something where the tickets are $44 and you can purchase your tickets right on Eventbrite. A couple of other things. Cindy has Violet Flame Healing Circle coming up on Monday the 19th, 6:30. You can do that remotely or in person. Cindy focuses her work with Saint Germain and the Violet Flame, which is all about transmutation. So that is a great opportunity to get some healing and to also work with ascension magic and alchemy. We also have, well, I'm going to be at a Touch of Magic on the 20th for table tipping. And then we have Pyramid Spirit Circle on the 24th, which is here in Jamestown in the tent with the pyramid. The rain date is the 25th, so keep your fingers crossed that we don't get rain. And then also on the 28th, we start the Awaken 3-part class for people who are experiencing the art of just kind of finding their path and finding their own spirituality and finding out that some of the things that they are indeed going through and experiencing, they're not crazy, but also giving them guidance in terms of how to work with it and how to continue on with your process and doing it in a safe and meaningful manner. So that's a 3-part class for 222. That is a great opportunity to work with me in a small group setting to help people expand and develop. Okay. September, like I said, I mentioned the 9-3. Cindy's going to be bringing a chakra class on Monday the 9th. And I am actually doing pyramid table tipping on September 13th, which is a Friday. We are very limited with that because of space in the tent here in Jamestown. We're very limited with that. Like 3 seats. 3. Okay. So if that's something that you're interested in jumping on, do it. All right. The other thing I wanted to mention is the Pyramid Spirit Circle, which is going to be on Saturday the 14th that evening. That is a lot easier to be able to get more people in because of the fact that with Spirit Circle, we're on the floor. We have that ability where if we're at table tipping, and we're really limited to 3 plus me, okay? What are some of the other things? Cindy's also doing another Violet Flame on the 23rd. So those are some of the things that are coming up for the rest of August and September. If people are interested in doing any work with me with the Sekhmet Intensive, which includes the Sekhem Reiki training, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. If you're interested in scheduling a healing or a reading, reach out. I still have people. Actually, I still have slots available for the Crystal Healing series, which is a healing session for people. It's actually 3 sessions that gives people the opportunity to work with and experience crystal healing. So that's something new that I've actually gotten certification for, and we're getting some really great results on it. I'm really happy to say. So let me know if you're interested. Pamela, I'll be in touch. Jane, I will be in touch with you too if you're interested in September 3rd. Again, if you have any questions, let us know. So have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. And please do #replay if you're catching this as a recording, whether it be on Facebook or even on YouTube. That helps us know how far the video goes. Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye. All right. So give me one moment, folks. Never delete. Post now. Don't want to do a reel. Done with that. Good to go. So we do have a lot going on. And I kind of feel like there's a lot, energetically speaking, that's going on right now too. We're coming off of the heels of Lionsgate, which technically started opening up on the 26th of July. It peaked on the 8th of August. And people tell you, oh, it's closing. It closes on the 12th. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We're going to find ourselves experiencing this very, very powerful and potent 8-8 energy. And since technically it's 8-8, and if you add all the numbers of 2, 0, 2, and 4, that's an 8. So this is a very, very special 8-8 year. It's actually a 888 year. And with that being said, there's a lot more energy coming into the planet. And it's going to continue through August through September. Honestly, we're going to roll into Samhain, or as I call it, Calangaeaf, and which is the equivalent of the pagan New Year, I guess you could say, the end of the year where the veil's the thinnest. So you're going to have a lot of energy that potentially is going to bombard you, especially if you are sensitive, especially if you are open. So what I strongly recommend people do is do whatever you need to do to really be grounded and anchored and protected. Okay. Energy is energy. And, you know, if we feel it, sometimes it can be very overwhelming. Sometimes this energy is for the good. Sometimes this energy is not for the good. So those are some things that I just want people to be aware of, that there is a lot of strong energy that is coming in that may not necessarily be the best for us. And unfortunately, we still have to kind of bring it in and realize and use our discernment to know what it is and what side it belongs on. Okay, so that's something to think about. For those of you that also know that I do follow a lot with politics, I wanted to also kind of do a reading. I wanted to do a reading that will take us, I feel, through honestly, November 5th, as a card flies out. And guess what card flew out? So this reading is going to be about what to expect with all the political stuff from now through Election Day, which is November 5th, and kind of what to expect. So that way you can be prepared. That way you can be aware, and again, using your best judgment, using your intuition, and using your discernment, whether or not, how do I say this? Whether or not there are places and people and so on that you want to be around or be at. Okay, so I just want people to kind of keep this in the back of their mind. Let's take a look and see what we got. We got the Two of Staffs. We got the Moon card. We got the Emperor. We got the Magician. We got Strength. Four of Swords. Hanged Man. Ace of Cups. Daughter of Staffs. I'll check on that in a second. 10 of Coins. 8 of Staffs. I'm going to pull one more. And the Shaw of Staffs. All right. Let's see what we got. Because I feel this is kind of important. Like I said, I know for me, I tend to follow a lot of politics. So I will sometimes pull cards just to kind of see what's going on and kind of get an idea of, if I say what we're in for, without saying, you know, whatever side. I just want to I want to be aware. I want to be aware as to whether or not, you know, if people are going to come to their senses, or if people are going to continue to lose their minds. And because when people have been losing their minds, they have been much more combative, and it's been a much harder situation for humanity, you know. So those are some things to think about. So we have two directions to go in. And honestly, as far as personal, when I say personal, meaning us as individuals, we need to definitely stay strong. We need to definitely give ourselves, not get overly worked up, not get overly tuned into everything. I have the Four of Swords here, which to me is about taking a respite, taking care of yourself. You may find that there are some things that you just have to kind of turn away from, with everything that's going on. You're going to have some people that are going to kind of try and sway you in either direction. And you have some decisions to make, with the Hanged Man. Let me just double check and make sure this is. Yes, the Hanged Man. You have choices. You have choices. And are you going to stay strong, or are you going to just kind of stick your head in the sand and just kind of let things go by? I will say this, though. We have the Ace of Cups, which I said is a great card. So cups are very emotional. I do feel that this time up through November 5th is going to be a very emotional time. I feel like there are going to be some things that you have to pick your battles on, and I also think that this time is going to come. I almost feel like time is speeding up through this, is the best way to describe it. Okay. The Daughter of Staffs. So this is all about excitement and energy and creativity and enthusiasm. So there's a lot that people are very inspired by on either side. And the different sides feel that their way is the best way. Here's the Empress. 10 of Coins. That's really good. That means things come to fruition. 8 of Staffs, that's usually a speed card. And then we also have the King of Wands. Again, looking at this book real quick. Yeah. Exciting, fearless, energetic, adventurous, risk-taking, not afraid of following one's passion. So one of the things that I see here, though, I see a lot of fire. And like I have said in the past, wands are very fiery. Coming off of the 8 of Wands, we have passions can ignite and spread like wildfire. So what I'm going to say is choose your words. What I'm going to say is be careful in terms of where you are and who you're with, so things don't get out of hand where you are. Because you may find that there's going to be some tower moments coming up, and I don't want to see people having these moments that causes a lot more division, but I do feel like there is a potential of more division coming in. Okay. Again, use your best judgment in terms of how you spend your time and who you spend your time with between now and the election. You may find that there's people that are close to you that have other views, and you do need to stay strong during this process. You may feel like you want to kind of like turn off the TV and just kind of pretend that nothing's going on, but in truth, we do need to be strong. We just may need to find that we need to take moments where we step back for our own good, for our own health, for our own safety. in order to get through this time. Okay. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Do I know who's going to win? Not telling me. Let me just look up this one. The card that I pulled was Diuna, but let me see what that means. I think I know what it means. But the World card. So completion of a cycle, sense of fulfillment, success, outcome, closure, travel, ecology. That's interesting. We're standing at the brink of some really major radical changes. And again, depending upon which side you're on, you may feel some of these changes are for the good. You may feel that some of these changes are for the bad. And we all have different views and points of view. So no matter what happens, there are going to be individuals who feel that energy is changing and that a new cycle is ending and a new one's beginning. But the question is, are we looking at a cycle that is historically going to be groundbreaking? Or are we looking at a cycle where there are going to be some potential radical changes? Or is it going to be an issue where, because of the groundbreaking shift, how will some of these others take on this energy? How will they respond? If I pull another card, I get the Four of Staffs, which is very good. Dancing in the street. How about the other side? Okay. Judgment, renewal, awakening, resurrection. Spiritual metamorphosis, stepping into your higher self. We have some interesting times coming up. Pace yourself. Regardless of what side you're on, pace yourselves. And remember that we're all human. We all have different opinions. We all have different values. We all come from different backgrounds and aspects. So my request is for people to be kind to each other. Even if you agree or disagree, be kind. And realize that we all have feelings. We all have different viewpoints. We all look at things differently. So we just need to take things slowly, even though I do feel time is going to go quickly. We need to take things slowly. I really strongly feel that we shouldn't be just kind of sticking our head in the sand, but we also need to be ourselves. Okay. So I hope this helps. Very interesting reading. I have some ideas as to what I think some of this might mean, but I'm checking my judgment at the door and keeping this as a way of being neutral, because I feel like there are qualities that we need to look for the best qualities in people, especially during this time with all of this energy coming in and moving around us and things changing and happening so quickly. So be kind, be gentle, stay empowered, And I hope everyone has a great evening or whenever you're seeing this. Again, if you're seeing this, do hashtag replay. So this way I know when people view it and how far it goes. Have a great evening, everybody, and take care. Bye.